Okay, it's recording, so you can't swear, okay?
You mean I can't say shit?
No. What's your name?
Why?
Full name.
Why?
Full name. What's your full name?
Annie Violet Olive May.
Is that what it says on your birth certificate?
Yep.
Why'd you get the extra names?
Because my mother got pregnant with me and she named me after all her sisters.
Anne, is it Anne or Annie?
Annie.
Is that what it says on your birth certificate?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I had it changed by decree of court when I was a citizen.
Why'd you change it?
Because I had 4 Christian names. And during the war, you had to have identification. There were too many names, so I went by Avon during the war. A-V-O-M.
Who else called you that?
Call me what?
Who called you Avom?
Well, that's what it was on my identification card. Nobody called me that. Nobody ever called me May either. Nobody ever called me Annie.
And you're the oldest?
Yeah.
And you had 2 sisters? Younger?
Yeah.
It's Phyllis and Bim?
Yeah.
And then Bill was the youngest?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your mom's full name? Do you remember?
Edith May.
Edith May? What was her maiden name?
Shoot, my dad. Buck.
Took you a while to remember.
Yeah, because my grandma had been married twice, and I couldn't remember. Because he had other children afterwards, I couldn't remember what her name was.
Well, you remember your grandma was married twice?
My grandma.
Okay. Why? Do you remember, I mean, back then divorce wasn't that common. Do you
Well, she wasn't divorced.
What happened?
Her husband got his back broken in the coal mine, and she wheeled him around for a long time, and then she took in a lodger to make some money.
Yeah.
And she married him.
Was that in Wales or England?
Wales.
And do you remember much about her?
My grandma?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you remember about her?
Very nice. Very kind. She never had a stove or refrigerator. Never had a washer or dryer. She never had any electricity in the house.
No. Your mom was from her first or second husband?
First.
Right. And then, do you remember your grandfather?
Yeah, he had a wooden leg. The second one, the only one I knew was Grandpa. He had his leg off during the coal mine accident. And my sister and I used to go down there for the summer, and he used to say, "Go carry my leg in for me." So she had mine heavy other.
Was it heavy?
Yeah, it was wood, not like it is now. Solid wood.
Scary at all?
Not really.
You didn't know any better?
No.
And you liked why'd you go to the Wales for the summer? Just on your own, or did your mom and dad go?
No, just Mum sent us down there for the summer. My 2 sisters.
To get a break?
Oh yeah. She spoiled us.
You liked it down there?
Yeah.
No,
Loved it. It's mountain country.
Yeah. What do you remember doing down there?
Well, my grandma, well, the church bells used to ring on Sunday mornings. That meant church. Had to go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we'd go for walks in the valley. And we'd take a halfpenny with us. And we'd go all through the farms until we came to a farmhouse where they had lots of cows. So we told them we wanted some milk. So they milked the cow, and put it in an old tin cup, and we'd drink it. It was warm.
Yeah.
Right out the cow. Woo, I wouldn't do that now.
Was it good back then?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. And you didn't think anything of it back then?
No.
Who'd you do that with? With Bim, Phyllis, both of them?
My sister Phyllis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we used to go up in the mountains and pick, they call them windberries. They're like blueberries. And lots of fun. Lots of fun.
did you like going back to London? Did you miss it when you were gone?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I like the country. But then it's different living there and visiting, a lot different.
If you hadn't married Dad, you probably would have wound up in Wales then, do you think?
No. That was my mum and dad was living in London.
Yeah.
So I won't be with my mum and dad.
Now, your mom worked, right?
Oh, she worked since she was 80.
Yeah. What'd she do?
She went out to work in big houses as a cook. And my dad, he was a window washer, and he put in, what do you call those things? That made the windows go up, the sash cords. He put sash cords in big hotels in London. He used to ride his bike with a ladder on the back, and a pail, and a washcloth, and so he could wash the windows. One time he bought a bike with a motor on it, a bicycle with a motor on it. He didn't like that, so he went back to riding his bike.
How come he didn't like the one with the motor on it?
I don't know, he just didn't like it. Didn't go fast enough, he said. Go faster, and he...
What was your mom was a cook. What did, what was the favorite thing she cooked? What did you like the most?
Oh, I think Yorkshire pudding. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
How often did you have that?
We had it Sundays. We only had Sunday, a hot meal on Sundays.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we didn't.
Was she a good cook?
Yeah, but we went hungry a lot. See what he did to my leg? He bit me.
Yeah. That's devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you started working. Weren't you a phone operator? Didn't you work a switchboard?
During the war, when our house got bombed, I was only 18 years old, and the government let me work a job every 3 months. I could change it. Otherwise, you had to stay on your job, whatever you were doing. But
What was your first job?
I worked as a London telephone operator. I worked for Scotland Yard.
When you say telephone operator, what that mean? What would you do?
Well, they had those bloody earphones on your ears.
Yeah.
Make your ears ache.
Yeah.
And then I didn't understand it all because of the big switchboard, so I pulled all the plugs out and everything went up red, you know.
So they would call you to connect you with somebody? Is that how it worked?
Yeah, and then you'd have a plug and you'd plug them in.
And you had to know which was which?
Yeah, but I didn't know which was which because I never was told.
So how did you figure it out then?
Well, I figured it out when I pulled all the plugs out and everything went red, buzzing.
Anybody get mad at you?
No.
Any phone callers?
No, because I knew that I was there, temporary for about 3 months because I got injured during the war and suffered from shell shock, they called it those days. But now they call it post-war traumatic stress.
Did you get paid for working then? Did the government pay you?
Yeah, it wasn't very much. But they did pay us after the war. Well, when our house got bombed, they sent us down to Wales for 3 months to rest. We came back, and it was worse. They had the V2s, and they were rockets. They were bigger than telephone poles.
What's a V2?
It was a rocket. When it fell down, it wiped out about 10 streets.
Yeah. What do you remember about that? How do you know it was that big?
Because we were told.
Yeah.
But it was a robot plane that hit our house. A robot plane?
Yeah.
It was a pilotless plane.
Why would they bomb Why would they bomb in the neighborhoods?
Because during the war, they were concentrating on war of nerves. So we had a Hanley Aircraft Company right within 2 blocks of our house. And that's where they made airplanes, but they never touched that. They just wanted to bomb houses to make the people nervous.
But they never touched where they made the airplanes.
No. Lots of places they made Handley Pages and de Havillands. They never touched them. Oh, they did. I have to go because I've got to get my cake out the oven before it burns. What are you doing?